So it's official that an update on the center, the Oasor dossier. Yeah, it's no surprise to me. It comes as no surprise to me that that the devs have made the decision to postpone the center as it wasn't on track to launch with the level of quality we require. Which comes as no surprise to me because Wildcard, it's a bittersweet relationship. Never in the recent years have they seemed to be able to meet a deadline. So a lot of people are disappointed about this. They are very, very, angry, sad. Some are pretty neutral and don't really mind, but there are a lot of people who feel like this news to them is the straw that broke the camel's back, as the center is a absolutely necessary map. Now you're probably wondering why, because in ARK Survival Evolved, the center was one of a lot of players' least favorite maps because they felt it was kind of bland compared to the other custom DLCs and compared to the paid DLCs. Well, it's the fact that we have been playing the island for so long. People are bored of the island, and even though there are mod maps out there, they are not interested in mod maps. They are interested in seeing the repolished, revamped, custom DLCs and paid DLCs, and they are just like, we're sick and tired of the island. You know, we've beaten all the Guardians, we've beaten the Overseer, we've tamed everything there is to tame on the island, you know, overcame all of our challenges. What else is there to do? Well, nothing really much. And so yeah, they delayed the center. Their Wildcard's dedicated partners have been working on the center, not Wildcard themselves. Wildcard is focused on Scorched Earth. So our dedicated partners need more time to make sure it meets our expectations and yours. We're sorry for this change in plans, but we know it'll be well worth it when the center launches. When will that be? Next month? April? May? Dare I say it, December of 2025? I mean, come on. And Wildcard is trying to make up for it by offering the Gigantoraptor, which was originally intended to debut along the center, will be released on the island on February 28th. We hope your new majestic companion will keep you company while you wait for its home map to receive its glow up. In prep for Gigantoraptor launch on Wednesday, we'll be releasing a major version patch on Monday. So, you know, this little negotiation, this little compromise, a lot of people are okay with. They're like, well, you're giving us something. It's not what we wanted, but you're giving us something. Well, to some people that's good enough, but to a lot of people, they're just, this is the straw that broke the camel's back. Because a lot of people have commented on some of my past videos, have said that they are sick and tired of these delays. And when ASA originally came out in October 2023, it had bugs galore that were not resolved in a timely manner, that took months to resolve. And all these different setting changes and everything that they made did little, if anything, to help on their end. They had no choice but to wait for the devs to come in and make changes. There was all these amazing graphics in the trailer that made ASA look amazing, and you buy the game, you launch it, and it keeps crashing because the graphics are way too much. There are people with 4090s that I've heard of the game crashing because even a 4090 struggles with some of these graphics at times. They've had to tone it down from epic to high, and some people, and in my case, I've had to tone everything down to medium. I even have, I only have 2 settings that are on high, and they, it's ridiculous. It's absolutely insane that you can barely run this game on a 4060 Ti. That is the system I have. I can barely run it. My graphics look terrible at times, absolutely terrible. I have to get rid of the fog. I have to get rid of the clouds because my system cannot handle it. If I do not get rid of those, they will crash the game. I cannot open my inventory as often as I need to because if I do, the game will crash. I cannot go underwater that often because if I do, the game will crash. So, what do they say down here? Thanks for your support. We're thrilled with what we have in store with ASA over the coming months. And look forward to sharing it with you. Between Gigantoraptor next week and Scorched Earth on April 1st, there's plenty of fresh ARK content heading your way. So, we know Gigantoraptor is next Wednesday. We know Scorched Earth is April 1st. When's the center? A lot of people who are excited for the center. Because here's the thing about the center. People are burned out on ARK. And they are turning to some of the most recently related games. And I am one of those people. I have been turning to Palworld. If you have been on my channel for a long time, you will have noticed that I have Palworld videos up on my channel. And you may be wondering, well, where's all your ARK videos? And that is because, well, I got bored of the island. And you're probably wondering, well, you haven't even beaten any of the bosses. You know, you've done them on your Creative Ascended playthrough, but you didn't do it on your actual playthrough. That's because I was waiting for the center, because as soon as the center came out, the center tends to favor higher level creatures. The island tends to favor low level creatures and mid level creatures, whereas the center favors the higher levels. You need high level creatures to battle the bosses. And on the island, you need high level creatures for the Broodmother, the Megapithecus, and the dragon. You need high level creatures for the Overseer. And yes, I have gotten some high level creatures, but there is a more diverse group of high level creatures on the center. So that's what I was waiting for. It's like, okay, the center will come out, I'll start recording more ARK content because I'll have higher level, I'll have a whole new map, higher level creatures, life will be easier. And that is just not the case anymore. So I'm honestly one of those people who was just, teetering like, I love ARK, I may stick out with it, I may take a break here and then, but now, honestly, who knows? This game is at an all-time low. If you take a look at the numbers on Steam, they're barely hitting 10k players right now, which is absolutely atrocious. A game like this should have hundreds of thousands of players daily. But, maybe even millions. But no, it has less than 10,000. It's barely hitting 10,000 players a day, which is atrocious. Games like Power World have hit 25 million. But that's not the case here. Power World, Enshrouded, Nightingale, all of those are pummeling ARK because ARK is not meeting the expectations that people have for those other games. Nightingale is meeting expectations, Enshrouded's meeting expectations, Power World's meeting expectations. True, they're very new games. True, they have issues of their own, but they're getting resolved very quickly. And these aren't. And this is comes back to the business aspect. Why are you making all these promises that you cannot keep? Why are you hyping people up, or not hyping people up? Why are you making these decisions you're making? This is not good because you're making your game look very bad. No one wants to play it. No one wants to buy it. If you look at the Steam numbers, a lot of people who have to pick between Survival Evolved and Survival Ascended are purchasing Survival Evolved. They are going back to Survival Evolved. Why is that? Because Survival Ascended looks like crap to them. The graphics are great, the concept art is amazing, but the game, they've seen all the reviews, they've seen people do, some gameplay, but then they're like, it's garbage. I'll have better luck with Survival Evolved. I'm going old school. So, yeah, this has been the straw that broke. This, for so many people I can see, is the straw that broke the camel's back. I can see so many people leaving ARK for good, or at least leaving ASA for good and going back to ASE. And yeah, they've included the Oasisaur for, Scorched Earth. This is amazing. Well, you have to buy this thing. You have to pay for the Frontier pack to gain access to the Oasisaur. And some people say, oh, well, it's not that big a deal. It'll probably end up being worth it. It'll get them some more money. What will get ARK more money, what will give the devs more money, is keeping promises or making realistic promises. I think the problem here is that the debt is just everyone here is being optimistic, overly optimistic. It's good to have that optimism. It's cool, like, well, maybe we can do that. Every now and then with stuff, with smaller stuff, but with this big stuff, over optimism can kill your game. And it's killing ARK. They are not being realistic enough. They're being too much of a dreamer. I think that is my verdict. I think everyone here are being nothing but dreamers. And they are not being realistic about their decisions. And that's costing them money. They're going to continue losing money. That's why this thing isn't free. Because they need more money. But I can see a lot of people not buying the Frontier back and not getting the Oasisaur. I can see some people, but I don't see many people. And I know that some huge YouTubers who play ARK, like Syntac, are condemning the Oasisaur, saying that it's just a waste. And I honestly don't blame them. If it was free, it would not be a waste, but the fact that you have to pay for it, we're gonna have to pay for the paid DLCs like Scorched Earth. So yeah, it's just, you're already gonna have to pay for Scorched Earth. Then you're gonna have to pay again to gain access to this thing. No. So it looks cool. Then you have your new mods for the week. And then another thing that ASA, or that the devs are doing, are extending Love Ascended. Which, for those of you who do not know this, Love Ascended is my least favorite event. Because you have to do all this fishing, and I hate fishing. I hate fishing in ARK. Yes, you can get good loot, but the fact that you also, when you toss out the bait for the Love Ascended coelacanths, the fact that you can also catch regular coelacanths, that's wasting bait. It means you have to go out and find more love bugs, then you're wasting more bait, and it's just, yeah, I don't like Love Ascended. Love Ascended is perhaps, Love Evolved was my least favorite event in ASE. Love Ascended is perhaps my least favorite event in ASA so far. So far, I haven't really liked the events in ASA. Turkey Trials was pretty disappointing. Winter Wonderland, the Naughty and Nice list, and the Abominable Snowman and all that stuff, that was way too much going on. That was just insane. Love Ascended, no, I again, they're trying to make up for the center delay by extending the event until February 26th, but yeah, I'm just, nope. And then you have your community corner for everyone who's, who still enjoys the game. And I'm happy for the people who still enjoy the game. I'm glad there are people who still enjoy the game. But it's, honestly, I hate to say it, but I'm personally starting to lose interest in ARK myself. And I cannot believe I just said what I just said. Because I thought this would always be the most amazing game I have ever played. I thought I would say it is the most amazing game I've ever played, but it's not. Survival Evolved, if I had to pick between Survival Ascended and Survival Evolved, right now, definitely Survival Evolved. Survival Ascended is just a huge disappointment for me. So I think, yeah, that's my verdict. Who knows? I may even, when it comes to ARK, I may re-download Survival Evolved and do another, do a season 4 of Survival Evolved. Excuse me. That tickle in my throat, but yeah, it just seems that Survival Evolved is the better game at the moment. Survival Ascended is just, pardon my voice, I have no idea why it's this scratchy. But yeah, at the moment, I rule in favor of Survival Evolved over Survival Ascended. I am genuinely getting bored of this game. I am sick and tired of the constant crashes, despite all the setting changes I've made, despite having done everything possible. I'm sick and tired of the crashes. I'm sick and tired of the delays. I'm just getting very sick and tired of it. So I honestly think I just might take a break from Survival Evolved. Or not Survival Evolved, Survival Ascended. And I may, I played Pal World, and I may start playing Enshrouded Nightingale until the devs of this game pull themselves together and start meeting these deadlines. So, yeah, that's all I got to say. If I keep going, I'm just going to keep on rambling. So, yeah, that's all I got to say.